Everyone, it's Pat here with Exercise 9, talking about my circles of responsibility. Really enjoyed this exercise. In fact, want to take it even further than I have at this stage. So we'll be looking to do that over the next week or so. But for what I have today, I think it's worthy of conversation. So looking at it in terms of my pastoring, and I'm in pastoral studies, and have been a member of the Crown Point congregation here in Hamilton for a number of years, close to 30 years. So that congregation is my primary circle of responsibility, but also see the neighborhood around Crown Point, other organizations within Hamilton, as well as my denomination, and I'll explain each of those briefly. So yes, my primary circle of responsibility is the congregation of my church. My scope in that setting is primarily children and youth, although I have been preaching more often, and obviously at that point end up preaching to the entire congregation of multiple ages, very diverse congregation. I also feel a specific call to the baby boomer generation who have lost Christ in their life. So opportunities within this circle of responsibility include expanding my ministry to older generations, which, while limitations, there's a number of limitations. So I'm primarily children and youth, and while our programs are growing, we do have some limited attendance at times. Sunday school can be upwards of 20 children. We only had 4 on Sunday. So the size of programs limits our ability at times to do some great activities. So while they're growing, particularly our youth program is bursting at the seams, we do need to be careful that they don't shrink in size. As we are a smaller church, funding is often a limiting factor as well. Now, the neighborhood surrounding the church, my whole paradigm changed on this a few years back. I'd always looked at missions as being offshore. I no longer do. Our mission field is immediately surrounding our church. The city of Hamilton has neighborhoods. One of them is the Crown Point neighborhood, and we are geographically dead center in that neighborhood in the city of Hamilton, and actually changed our name to Crown Point a few years ago to be more connected with that community. So it is a very, very interesting community where I'm drawn to, and my scope there is for low income and single parent families in the neighborhood. There's lots of opportunity to help, and from looking at things like my business background and being able to restore confidence in someone through job support, through making connections, through ministry lunches to impart faith. We work with the Salvation Army to hold pizza lunches once a month and connect with the single families in that setting. And using the revenues from our thrift shop, and we do have a small food pantry to help support the community's needs. We do have a benevolent fund through the thrift shop and have a wonderful way to be able to give back to the community. And all of the profits from our thrift store actually go back to the community, primarily into the Crown Point neighborhood. So there's a number of opportunities there for great ministry. Limitations in this circle of responsibility are big. It's the breadth and depth of ministry opportunities in this neighborhood. It's huge, and having the time and having, I think, the training to feel comfortable in all situations. Funding, obviously, an issue, and just our thrift store thrives off of volunteers, and sometimes we're bursting at the seams with volunteers, and today we're a little bit short of volunteers and can still operate the store, but that becomes a bit of a limitation in that area. So, those volunteers help fund the thrift store, which the thrift store is what funds ministry in the neighborhood. So it's a wonderful circle of responsibility that I thoroughly enjoy. It's just one that can really cause a lot of concern in terms of being able to sustain. Another circle of responsibility is contact with other organizations. I'm thinking of Indwell, Salvation Army, local churches around us, as well as the city of Hamilton. Just looking always at opportunities to join forces, community meals, food and clothing drives, etc. Opportunity to make stronger relationships and truly drive big ministry in the area. I think the key limitations here, though, are if connecting with local churches. We are different denominations. We have different values, priorities, as do these other organizations. So it really comes down to making sure that we're aligning on the goals and objectives, and we can all come together with the same common goal. And then, as a member of the Nazarene faith, there's tremendous opportunities within my denomination to assist with ministry activities or support other churches. My scope there has been around strategic planning for other Nazarene churches across Ontario. That was a great learning opportunity, plus an excellent way to put my business background to great use. Obviously, time is a major limiting factor there in this particular circle of responsibility. As therefore, I think to be successful in that sphere, it's imperative to ensure that funding, priorities, and planning are aligned for effective participation. Those strategic planning exercises took me all across Ontario, which was a great opportunity, but does divert you from other priorities. So great exercise, and as I said, would love to expand it out even further than that. Looking forward to hearing your comments and to reading your circles of responsibility as well. Thanks.